Hi, turning to the extendlens as we explore below topics and more. Supreme Court unanimously rebuffs Biden administration on Warrantless searches for handguns. Supreme Court agrees to take on major abortion case. Biden monthly child tax credit payments to start for most families on July 15. Senator Rubio, some lawmakers are very interested in UFO sighting should be taken seriously. GOP Chair Elise Stefanik, Justice Department is trying to block Maricopa County audit. Welcome back to the extendlens. I'm your host, Katherine Dang. We will be posting exclusive episodes daily you can only find in the extendlens. So we invite you to like and subscribe. And let's start today by talking about Supreme Court unanimously rebuffs Biden administration on warrantless searches for handguns. The Supreme Court unanimously rejected Biden administration arguments in a case from Rhode Island that police should be allowed to enter homes without a warrant to seize handguns. The ruling in the case California Storms Court 520 to 157 came May 17. Eric Blatt, Senior Vice President of Gun Owners of America and the affiliated Gun Owners Foundation, praised the new decision. He said, "The Supreme Court today smite down the hopes of gun grabbers across the nation. The Michael Bloombergs of the world would have loved to see the Supreme Court grant police the authority to confiscate firearms without a warrant, but the Supreme Court unanimously ruled that the Fourth Amendment protections in the Bill of Rights protect gun owners from such invasions into their homes." Bloomberg, the billionaire former New York mayor, is an activist and major funder of gun control groups. The case came before the High Court for oral argument 2 months ago as President Joe Biden and congressional Democrats began pressing for aggressive new restrictions on Second Amendment gun ownership rights, including controversial red flag laws which allow gun seizures from law-abiding gun owners with limited due process. In the wake of highly publicized deadly mass shootings in March at the Boulder, Colorado supermarket and at Atlanta area spas. And the second news we're going to discuss about. Supreme Court agrees to take on major abortion case. The U.S. Supreme Court on Monday agreed to take a major abortion case and would consider Mississippi's appeal of a lower court ruling that reverses a ban on most abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy. The case will grant the Supreme Court the opportunity to reconsider landmark abortion rulings, including Roe v. Wade and Planned Parenthood versus cases with Roe v. Wade. In a ruling that was derided by conservatives and religious adherents, the High Court in 1973 ruled that a woman had a right to an abortion and reaffirmed it about 20 years later. In a single-line order, the court wrote, "The petition for a writ of certiorari is granted limited to question 1 presented by the petition." The announcement Monday is being seen as a boon for opponents to abortion who have long sought to overturn Roe v. Wade and who are pinning their hopes on a more conservative Supreme Court after Justice Amy Coney Barrett, who some have said would be more receptive to overturning the ruling, was appointed last year. And the third news we are going to discuss about Biden monthly child tax credit payments to start for most families on July 15. The Biden administration on May 17 announced that American families will begin receiving monthly payments from an expanded child tax credit starting July 15. President Joe Biden, in a statement, said that about 90% of families who have children will get a tax relief automatically as part of the American Rescue Plan, which was passed by Congress and signed into law by Biden earlier this year. The president, meanwhile, said Congress should pass the American Families Plan, an infrastructure-related proposal worth about $2 trillion to provide relief for years to come. Republicans have balked at the price tags of the American Families Plan and the Infrastructure Minister, known as the American Jobs Plan, saying that both proposals contain too many provisions that aren't related to traditional infrastructure such as roads, bridges, water pipes, and electrical lines. Some critics have said the bills are tantamount to stimulus packages and would lead to a rise in inflation, which would thereby raise the cost of goods and services for all Americans. And the fourth news we are going to discuss about. Senator Rubio, some lawmakers are very interested in UFO sightings should be taken seriously. Senator Marco Rubio says that members of Congress and other officers need to seriously investigate UFOs and the potential threat they pose. Speaking to CBS News 60 Minutes, the Florida Republican described a stigma on Capitol Hill in which some lawmakers are very interested in this topic, but some kind of giggle when you bring it up. However, he cautioned,
but I don't think we can allow the stigma to keep us from having an answer to a very fundamental question.
The senator said he wants the Pentagon to come up with a process to take UFOs or unidentified flying objects seriously, he said.
I want us to have a process to analyze the data. Every time it comes in, that there be a place where this is cataloged and constantly analyzed until we get some answers. Maybe it has a very simple answer. Maybe it doesn't.
The U.S. government is reportedly planning to release a report regarding UFO sightings to Congress next month. The CBS News program also interviewed former Navy Lieutenant Ryan Graves, who claimed he witnessed unidentified aerial phenomena over restricted areas every day for several years. Graves added that he worried they could pose a security threat. And the fifth news we're going to talk about. GOP Chair Elise Stefanik, Justice Department is trying to block Maricopa County audit. Representative Elise Stefanik, who was recently elected as the House Republican Conference Chair, said the Department of Justice questions about the Maricopa County, Arizona audit of the 2020 election may be unconstitutional. On May 5th, the Justice Department sent a letter to Arizona Senate leader Katherine Dang, a Republican, inquiring about the custody of the ballots under review by a group of private contractors, alleging that the group's other processes, including the canvassing of addresses, could be considered voter intimidation. Elise Stefanik said in a Fox Business interview on May 16,
I support that audit. Transparency is important for the American people. And again, this should be a nonpartisan issue. Whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, or Conservative, transparency is important. And the audit was passed by the Arizona State Senate. The Biden Department of Justice is trying to block that audit. That is unconstitutional from my perspective. Our states constitutionally are responsible for writing their state's elections law.
And that's all for today, my friends. What do you think? Let me know below. If you like what you heard, don't forget to share it with at least one of your friends, because everyone deserves to know the truth. Thanks for tuning into The Extended. I'm Katherine Dang, and see you next time.